In today's lecture, we will cover my favorite side channel game, Hanabi.
Is this the one where you don't see your own cards?
Exactly. Any ideas for the setup for this episode?
Maybe a game night?
So, you can see that in this game there are 5 stacks, 5 different colors. Blue, yellow, green, white, red.
Yeah.
And there are 5 numbers from 1 to 5. And you have to build a stack for each of these colors. And now Claudio has 3 different options what he can do. He can play a card, but he doesn't see them. So the question is, which one would he play? The next option to throw away one of the cards. And the third option is to give a hint.
These are your twos.
Probably that's some useful information.
So I'll play it too.
Okay, he picked this one and it worked, so this was fine.
But he could have also trashed a card. So
And he now has to draw
why
a new card.
would he ever do that?
If you give a hint, you have to turn around one of these. And if you run out of these, then you can't give any hints anymore. So you have to trash cards from time to time to recover the hints.
But that does destroy the game, no?
No, because the cards are there multiple times. There are 3 ones of each color. There is a 5, a single 5 of each color, so you cannot trash this one. But there are 2 cards of any other number, like 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s of any color.
Well, that sounds interesting, but what does that have to do with side channels?
Side channels are everywhere, most of the time we're unaware, but horses know we're leaking all the time. When looking in the fridge when Calvin does the bidding bridge, use side channels for fun and for the prize, cause side channels are with us all the time.
So Martin now played the last card in the game because he also drew the last card from the drawing pile.
So now it's
16 points, guys.
16 points. That's not very good, right? 25 is the maximum. I mean, it's really difficult to get 25 points. If you get 25 points 3 times in a row, I'm throwing a round of drinks.
Hey, that sounds interesting. Can I join in?
Why is this a competition now?
Well, I thought it would be more interesting than just some unmotivated card playing.
I like that idea.
So you would need a team of 3 players, right?
Hey, look, what a coincidence.
Hi guys.
Lucas and Andy.
Hi. Oh, wait, what? How many people live in that flat?
That's your ones.
These are my ones, okay. Then I'll play this.
Alright, so we used 1 hint.
Ah, thanks, sorry, I forgot.
No worries, so... Oh, nice one. So these are your ones.
These are my ones, okay. These are my ones.
That's
What? I'll play this one.
Yes.
Cool, cool. That's not so bad.
Yes. Nice. So let me give you 1 hint. Oh yeah, these are your twos.
These 3 are my twos, so these 3 are my twos.
Turn out the hint.
This is a 1, okay. Right, so that I'll somehow see that. Okay, then I'll play this one. Oh, crap.
That was not allowed.
Whoopsie.
So, I know nothing. So just throw away a random card.
Or
Recovers the hint.
No more hints, I know nothing. So I guess we'll get a hint back.
Please don't.
Hey, that's cheating. You're not allowed to do that.
Maybe not that one.
So...
25 points without cheating. 3 times.
So this game is over then, I guess. Damn it. So, I guess it's your turn.
That's your 1.
I will play this one. Oh,
How? You didn't know anything about this card?
I had the feeling that I can play this card.
you need to pick one. Nothing that interesting, so... I think I will trash this one.
Okay. Why did you trash this one?
I think I'm trashing this one. Oh, yes.
This one is a 1.
Okay, so I guess I can play this one.
I think I'm gonna play this one. Ah, nice.
No. You're cheating. So what is it? What is the code? So you're cuffing.
No.
We're not cheating.
Oh no. Cuffing 2 times. Is it trash?
Yeah.
Okay. No, not this way. 25 points without cheating.
Okay.
This would probably be the point where we should highlight cuffing cheats and similar things, cover channels that got a lot of publicity.
You mean like Charles Ingram?
Oh, that's the guy that won Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in 2001, I think. He won and he got the check, but later on the production company noticed his wife and his friend, they were also in the audience and would cough at the right answer at the right time. And then he really won the show. Wait, let me show you. I think there's a video.
Oh, there's also other games. For instance, in Bridge, you play that as teams, like 2 against 2 players. And there were, for instance, Fulvio Fantoni and Claudio Nunes. Yes, here. They were 6 and 5 times world champion and world grandmasters. And in 2015, people were watching the game that they played, and also they were doing really well. And then they realized that they were using some pattern of how they lay down the cards, whether they are basically placed horizontally or vertically. So with that, they indicated which types they can't serve, and that's some information that the other player usually doesn't have, but that is super, super valuable in Bridge.
Right. Another example of this are Andrew Vladov and Michael Ilinescu.
Also in Bridge?
Yeah. They won the 2013 Bridge World Championship, I think, and they numbered the suits, like 0 for clubs and 1 for spades and whatever. And then they would cough this number of times to indicate where they had the least amount of cards, like 0 or 1. And that's also a strong advantage.
Absolutely, yes. And how is it going?
No, it's going pretty well, I'd say.
Oh, yes. A lot of points here.
Oh. Ah, a timing side channel.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the encoding? You wait 2 seconds for the first card, 4 for the second, and so on?
Exactly. 12 seconds, trash first card, 14 seconds, trash second card, and so on.
Yes! He didn't give you a hint for this card.
Nice one.
No. Wait a second.
You just didn't see it. It happened way before. You just came in.
Yeah, totally.
So we won our first match with 25.
Can you do it again if I take this away?
What do you mean? Just fun.
What's the encoding?
What's an encoding?
Wait 2 seconds, play first card, 4 seconds, second card, and so on?
More complex, but similar.
But do we really want to spend that much time talking about Hanabi?
Yeah, I think we should put some more content into it this episode.
Well, actually, we published a side channel security paper about that in 2019, about Hanabi cover channels.
Not again. What?
This is all just basics to understand the side channels, right? And without all the additional complexity of software and hardware, with games, it's easy to understand.
So this is clearly not a child's game. We can't even come to 15 points without cheating. Exhausting.
Maybe you should pick up strategies from computer science, from operating systems maybe, like the principle of locality, replacement policies, caching. Caching also could be interesting.
I mean, the principle of locality, yeah, I think I know about that. So, for example, if I ride a bike and I hit a curb, and after that I have a flat tire, let's say 2 minutes later, then probably they are related, right? But if I hit a curb and then 3 months later I have a flat tire, then yeah, probably they are unrelated. That's what you mean, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You also have the same thing in computer science. You have this small but very fast cache in your CPU, but you also have the very slow DRAM, and you cannot keep all the data in the cache. I mean, it's very small. So what are you going to do if it's full?
Yeah, also the principle of locality holds. So if you recently reused this data, the probability is high that you will use it in the future.
Okay, so we just throw away the oldest card.
Actually, that's exactly an eviction strategy that caches use.
Okay.
But it's not the only one there.
So for a computer, that's easy to remember the age of all the data, and then it can throw away the oldest data, yeah?
So we need to remember the age of all cards as well.
Yeah, so you can actually very easily do that. You always put the newest card on one side, and then as it moves over, it becomes the oldest card on the opposite position on the other side.
And how do I know which one to play then?
I mean, that's easy. I mean, imagine you draw a new card, and then somebody else gives you a hint about exactly this card and another one. So what does he want you to do?
I play the younger one?
Exactly.
So it always makes sense to think about that. There was less time to get a hint about the younger card, and so it's very likely that the youngest card here was the target of this hint. These two events are more close together.
So I always play the youngest one.
Well, the youngest one that you can consider for this move. For instance, if you get a hint with some color, then you play the youngest of that color.
Yeah, that makes sense. I see.
And of course, when throwing a card away, then you can also apply the principle of locality, but take additional information into account. If you know that a card is a 5, don't throw away the 5.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like common sense.
Yes. Alright, so I play the younger one.
Same for me.
Oh, you drew the last card, so that ends the game. So you each play one more time, and that's it. If you
So
can.
you can play if you can play, and I can play if... Do I have... Oh, well, actually, it's cheating, so please go on.
Thank you.
So we recovered one hint?
No, actually, we recovered 2 because we played 2 5s, yeah.
But you're the last person who can give a hint, and then Manuel is the last person who can play.
So I give a hint. So this is a 4.
But it doesn't make any difference anymore because he won't play anyway. So then Manuel can...
I will just trash a card because it doesn't really matter, does it? Yes.
So how many points do we get?
That's 8, 13, 8, 21.
Nice.
Well, not bad, but...
Not good enough.
Yes, clearly not. I think you have to work better together. The thing that makes computers particularly fast and efficient, you always know what they will do and how they will behave. And for this reason, you can, in many situations, save hints. So Manuel is in a clear dilemma situation here. Both Andy and Lukas have on their oldest position a card that is not safe to trash anymore. And Lukas also on the second oldest position. So what does he do? Does he give Lukas a hint? Yellow cards to play them?
Yeah, he could do that. But if he does, then Andy trashes his oldest card and breaks the game.
But then maybe he hints Andy the cards that he shouldn't trash.
Yeah, that would work, but that means that Lukas trashes his oldest card.
Okay, so maybe he tells Lukas not to trash those 5s.
But then he trashes the second oldest card.
Which also breaks the game.
Yeah.
So At this point, Manuel is thinking, what could he do? Maybe it doesn't help him to give a hint to either of the two that only helps one of the two. Maybe he has to give them a hint that helps both of them. So he decides that he could give a hint to Andy to this yellow card here, a yellow 4. But there's only a yellow 3 playable right now. And Lucas sees that, and he doesn't have any hints left. So what is going on here? The game will break if Lucas doesn't repair it. So what does Lucas do? He decides that he will try to play his youngest card in question, the youngest card that could possibly be the yellow 3 that would fix this situation. Now Andy is confused because he thought he had the yellow 3 because Manuel told him yellow. So what does that mean about his yellow card? That it's probably not the yellow 3, but the yellow 4. And Lucas has seen this and has played blindly because he saw it.
Did you know anything about your youngest card?
Nope.
You just played it
Not
blindly?
at all. Yep.
Ah, and this is the side channel.
Exactly.
Yeah, you call this move a finesse. Based on the hint that you give to someone, someone else has to deduce that my card is not the card that I thought it is. It has to be something else, and the person learns that without getting a hint.
Yes.
24.
We're still missing the 25 points.
Well, so close.
Well, I think it's our turn now. We will win this.
Good luck, guys.
This looks similar to before, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's again a dilemma, but this time it's not as nice as before.
Claudio shouldn't trash, so Jonas gives Martin a hint. Martin plays the card, but then Claudio trashes his oldest card and breaks the game. So Jonas tries to hint Martin his 5s, but then he trashes the next oldest card and breaks the game again.
Exactly. And that's where Jonas comes up with a bluff, a fake finesse. So Jonas is sitting there and thinking about what to do, and then he realizes if he hints green to Claudio, then Martin will think it's a finesse.
So I guess I will play this card.
Why did you play this card?
Well,
In this scene, I think it's a finesse.
And I realized that you think that. So from my perspective, Jonas tells me my card is green. So I think it's a green 4, and you then see my card and play blind. From that, I already can conclude that you see that I don't have a green 4 and that my card is not playable yet. Instead, you must be thinking it's a finesse and that you have a green 4 in the youngest position. And that means I have the green 5. That's why you play, because you think it makes my green 5 playable, but the color doesn't match. His card was not the green 4, but some other playable card of a different color. This tells me that my card, my green 5, is not yet playable and it was not a finesse.
Exactly, Claudio. Think about it. With a regular hint, you just tell one person what to do. But with a finesse or bluff, this is much more powerful because you also involve meta information here. And this meta information, like the person that plays blindly, you can derive secret data about your own hand here, like the exact number of your card where I only told you the color.
So with a finesse, you can tell 2 players what to do with one hint. And with a bluff, you can tell one player what to do with a hint and another player what color and number his card has.
And because we're all playing collaboratively together in this, the derivation step of this side channel, right, where we derive our secret information about our own hand, works most of the time, not always.
All right, guys, how's it going?
well, 25.
3 times in a row.
Oh my god.
I'm impressed.
I think you owe us a beer.
Let's go.
Finally.
Yes, and that's how they win.
Nice. So they use computer science and side channel techniques to win their card game.
Exactly.
But what will be the task for our viewers?
Ooh, we could make them play Hanabi.